Welcome to your PWC Connections, a monthly look at Fayetteville's hometown utility, the Public Works Commission of the City of Fayetteville. I am your host, Nicole Stiff. PWC line workers pride themselves on working safely and being at the top of their game. They take their jobs very seriously, and it's important to them that they bring our customers reliable public power. One way they do this is by training and constantly improving upon their specialized skills. In this edition of Inside PWC, we'll hear from one of those employees who helped create a special tool that's helping our linemen do just that.
I worked as a lineman for about 13 years, 9 years being here at PWC. Did community service at the home show at the Crown Coliseum for a few years, and the first year I did it, we kind of had an idea that it would be nice to be able to build something and have something to show the kids and the consumers that come in and give them something physical to look at, something physical to show them that gives them relation to what we actually do working in a bucket. The mock-up is basically a stand made out of aluminum that we've took a 8-foot section of pole and put on it attached a empty transformer. There's no oil, no copper coil inside. Also a switch, a fused cutout switch on the side that we can open and close, a pole top pin on the top with an insulator and a piece of wire. Basically just the mock-up of what your normal single-phase pole would look like at the top. When we used it at the expo downtown, I believe that the customers really enjoyed being able to see the top of a pole up close and being able to operate the switch. And I know that the kids enjoyed operating the switch. It gives them a hands-on idea of what it's like. Kids that actually got to operate the switch, open and close it, did seem to be interested in being a lineman when they got older and mentioned it. Getting to put the rubber gloves on and getting the hands-on feel for what we do, they seem to enjoy the little games we set up for them with the bolts. And it would be great because a lot of people don't like to work with their hands anymore. Everybody wants to get into a tech job sitting behind a desk, and it seems like nowadays people don't want to do construction jobs and don't want to do labor jobs, but they're very important to the economy at this time. This can be used to pique people's interests at becoming a lineman. If you're about to graduate from high school and really don't have an idea of what you want to do, a student may be able to operate the switch and see this transformer, and it pique a curiosity in them that, well, this might be a good career choice for me. I began my career as an electrician's helper doing indoor work. This job just kind of, like I said, fell into my lap. Somebody offered me a position at Pike Electric in 1995. I was right out of high school. I took it. I was setting light poles in Raleigh. I enjoyed it. It was outside. It was something new for me. The electrical side, the actual live power side, didn't come till several years later when I actually got to become a lineman, actually working in the bucket, working with primary. And it's absolutely amazing to put on a set of rubber gloves and to touch a high voltage power line and to feel the buzz under your fingers, and to know that yes, it is very dangerous, but it also is to be respected, in that we would not be where we are today if it wasn't for electricity. I'm happy to have this mock pole because it's a great educational opportunity for people that have never worked with it before. I don't want to say that people are ignorant, but they really don't know what we're working with on a daily basis. They don't know what's right outside their house and what is at the top of this pole. People still call them telephone poles. They're not telephone poles anymore. They are high voltage poles. They hold telephone and cable, but it's just an accessory on our power pole. So that kind of mentality is still there, that this is a telephone pole when it's really not. But just to be able to explain to people what we do and how we do it, why we do it, and these things that we work with every day is just great. It makes me feel good that I can be a part of PWC and give this to the Fayetteville community.
Another area that's very important in our houses, you want to make sure that you get rid of the moisture that accumulates in your house. Normally we see moisture in kitchens and bathrooms, We want to remove this moisture for two reasons. One, if it's too much moisture, you can get mold and mildew and some property damage. And also, more importantly, is it can make your air conditioner run longer, increasing your energy usage. So getting rid of the moisture is a great way to lower your bills and save energy.
First, look and listen. If your bathroom vent and ducts are filled with dust and sound like they are struggling to turn, it's time to clean them out. You can also perform this simple test to see if the vent is pulling enough air. If the toilet paper sticks, your vent is working properly. Don't run your bathroom ventilation longer than needed. It removes a lot of conditioned air from your home if you run it too long. Consider having a professional install a timer that will shut bathroom exhaust fans off after 10 minutes. Some kitchen exhaust fans only circulate the air back into your kitchen. They are strictly for filtering out odors. If you do a lot of stovetop cooking, consider replacing these fans with fans that exhaust the air out of your home.
Following these tips will keep your home dry and help you save energy.
Utility theft is a crime, a very expensive crime, and an extremely dangerous practice. A PWC loss control specialist will explain to us how utility theft impacts all customers and what you can do to help prevent utility theft in this edition of Spotlight on Safety.
Utility theft is the unauthorized use of service when people use utilities without paying for them. Most people steal utilities because they get cut off for non-payment, they can't afford to bill, and they want the service, so they'll actually turn it back on themselves. Some people don't think stealing utilities, such as electric and water and even cable, is even a crime. They don't think they're actually stealing, but in all actuality they are. It is a misdemeanor. But for sometimes like your second and third offense, it could be a felony. The meter registers how many kilowatts is used, so you can calculate that into how much. If it goes over like $1,000, or if someone interferes with the utility lines, that could be considered a felony. There's always the electrocution hazard, as well as arc flash burns. There's also a fire hazard. So if someone's living in apartments and there's 12 apartments, not only are you possibly burning up one apartment, you could actually take out the whole building. Utility theft affects all of our customers because it could possibly cause everybody's rates to go up, not just on our utility, but every utility nationwide. I think nationally it's like $6 billion is stolen due to utility theft. As a loss control specialist, I'm responsible for trying to prevent tampering and also stop tampering. We do that in various ways by going out and investigating locations where we suspect theft is occurring, and by stopping it, if we have to have the lines cut or remove meters, especially removing water meters, we just take the steps necessary to try to prevent any further loss. We find out we have inactive consumption reports, we have meters that give us alarms, tamper alarms, to let us know that they're being tampered with. We also have customers that will call in and let us know people are tampering, and sometimes we get reports through the website. If customers suspect tampering, they could look for any damage done to the meter base, suspicious activity going on around the meter base, especially at night or after hours. If they know the customer shouldn't have power and they see lights on at night, that's a dead giveaway. The hotline we have is anonymous. It's 223-4088. It's an anonymous line. You don't have to leave your name, your phone number, or anything. You can just leave a brief message of what you think is going on and an address. And basically that's all we need. Some of the tampering we have found where the front cover has been off the meter base with exposed wires. We found broken glass on meters, and it makes it very dangerous in neighborhoods where there's a lot of kids. All of our meter bases have different color seals. We use gray seals for active accounts. We use blue seals for inactive accounts. And for tampering, we use black seals. Right, if you go to a location and you see a service that has a black seal on it, then we've already been there to stop the tampering. If someone's caught tampering, there's always tampering fees that are associated with that. and there could also be criminal charges filed as well. If someone's caught tampering, if they come in and pay their fees and their deposit, whatever they need to get the service back on, they are billed the inactive consumption that was on the meters, then we will reestablish service with them and work with our customers, give them, another chance. We want to take bad paying customers and turn them into good paying customers. My favorite part is whenever we find a unique way someone has tampered with their meter and we are able to stop it safely and prevent anybody in the general public from getting hurt, especially children. We don't like seeing unsafe conditions, especially when there's a possibility of a fire hazard. Most adults can get out of a house with no problem. A 2-year-old, they're not going to be able to crawl out that window. At the end of the day, if we can keep our customers safe, especially the children, that's one of our biggest concerns.
Do you know what's below? Springtime means rolling up your sleeves and diving into the dirt. But before you do, call NC 811, a free service. Whether you're planning a home improvement project, planting a tree, or installing a fence, safe digging and smart digging means calling NC 811 first.
North Carolina 811 is a nonprofit organization that was established by the utility owners to facilitate communication between anybody who's doing any kind of excavation and the utility owners who have underground facilities. So our prime mission is to facilitate that communication either through a phone call where folks call us and say that they're going to do some excavating, or through online through our remote ticket entry program. We actually have on our website at nc811.org a list of all the different things that we ask them to be prepared to answer when they come in. But essentially we're looking for the address of the location that they're going to be doing the work, the nearest cross street to the main street that they might be on, especially if they're in a rural area, the distance from that street. If the area can't be easily described that they're going to work in, for example, let's say they're doing a small thing like maybe putting in a sign, we ask that they would go and white line the area with white paint or flags so that when the folks come out, they'll be able to see exactly where it is they're going to be doing the work, and then they can mark around that. The type of work they're going to be doing, if they're going to be doing any boring, meaning drilling under the ground in a horizontal fashion, if they're going to be doing any blasting or explosives, we need to know the time that they're planning to dig. And we take all that information in and their contact information, preferably also an email address, because then we allow them to be able to go and check the status of their ticket online through a positive response system. For professional excavators, they can go online and get training to be able to create their one-call tickets online through what we call RTE, or remote ticket entry. And basically it's a great service for them because it allows them to create the tickets at any time. They get to use the same maps that we have in place for that the CSRs use when they take a phone call. And they also then get a copy at the end of that process of the ticket to have on hand in that. And for the majority of people who are homeowners, that's why the 811 system was put into place with those 3 digits. It's a national program, so it works in any state. If they just dial 811 on their phone, it takes them to us, and we walk them through any project. We ask that they're going to be, if they're going to be digging, whether it be a mailbox, a tree, a fence, any type of work where they're going to be disturbing the earth, we ask that they give us a call. It's free, it doesn't cost them anything, and the marking doesn't cost them anything. The utility owners are the ones who will come out and mark that facility. All the utilities, whether it be the gas company, the electric company, the telecommunications company, or yourselves, water authorities and that have facilities, they register where those facilities are with our organization. So when the homeowner, for example, calls in and they give the address, our system says PWC has some facilities that might be in conflict. So you guys have provided us the contact information, which we then submit the ticket to you to say, Joe Smith is going to excavate at this time in this location. And then at that point, they go out and they use what they call a locator device, which they will walk over the ground to try to detect where the location is. They'll induce a signal on a metal strip in the ground or on the line or the wire. And then they walk almost like a metal detector. They'll walk over until they get the signal, and then they'll apply paint over the top of where that facility is to let the excavator know there's a line there. Basically, we follow a national standard for color codes. White is only to be designated for proposed excavation, and that's the only color that anyone should use as an excavator to identify where it is that they're going to be digging. And the reason we emphasize that is because there are some folks who have used other colors, and that can be confusing because the colors have a very clear reason for being. Red is electric power. Yellow is going to be gas, oil, steam, petroleum, or some other kind of gaseous material. Orange is all your telecommunications, so any cable, any telephone lines, those will all be marked in orange. Blue is potable water. Purple is reclaimed water or slurry lines. And green is sewers and drain lines. So there's a tremendous amount of underground facilities in the ground. Most people have no idea where they are. To hit an electric line, you could take out power to a large area, you could injure yourself, you could damage the property. Gas, a whole other situation with gas. You can create a situation where you hit the line and cause the gas to release, potentially ignite. That's a problem. For communication lines, a lot of people don't understand how many people run businesses out of their home, and fiber that goes through a neighborhood that could take out several businesses, or large-scale 911 activity for someone who might need to make an emergency call. So you want to leave it up to the utilities to be able to tell you, come out, actually physically be able to show you where those are. That's why it's so critical that people call. And it doesn't matter if it's a professional excavator using a bobcat or a large piece of equipment to dig, or somebody using a post hole digger to put in a mailbox. So we ask that any excavation give us a minimum of 2 full business days before they're going to dig, and a maximum of 10 full business days. So we say that if somebody is digging and they've done their due diligence and the marks are there, but they do hit a line or come into contact, we ask that they contact that utility directly. They can notify us if they've hit a line, and we will make a notification for them, but particularly if it's a situation where it's a power line or a gas line, we ask that they call 911. So we'll ask that they get to a safe distance, especially if it's a gas-related situation, because you don't want to introduce anything that could be an ignition source to an escaping gas. But if you want to get to a safe distance, and call 911 if you expect that there's any danger or health to anyone around the area or yourself. Some years ago, when 811 became a national number, they also established April as a national safe digging month, and so it's recognized across the country. Different states do different things to recognize the month. In the state of North Carolina, we have a governor's proclamation that announces it as Safe Digging Month, and you'll see different types of activities around that emphasize the importance of calling 811. It's a very good month because it's leading into a lot of work that people are going to be doing in the springtime, so it's a perfectly placed opportunity for us to educate about digging safely.
As we know, summers in North Carolina can get very hot. Following are some tips that'll help you lower your bills and save some money.
One way to achieve big savings is to raise your thermostat to 78 degrees. 1 degree of change below that point will raise your energy use by 3 to 5%. Install a programmable thermostat to raise the air conditioner temperature at night or when you are away from home. Ceiling, box, and oscillating fans can be a lifesaver in the summer. They help evaporate the moisture on your skin and make you feel cooler. But remember to turn them off in unoccupied rooms. Close blinds or drapes, especially on the south side of the house, during the hottest part of the day.
Using an oven during the summer months can increase the temperature in our houses significantly. Another option is to use the microwave or cook outside on a grill whenever possible.
Postpone your laundry and dishwashing until later in the evening. Make sure you use your kitchen and bath ventilation when you're cooking or showering. These activities can add lots of moisture to your home that your AC has to work hard to pull back out. As with any time of year, remember to change your air filters once a month. You can install a filter whistle for less than $2 to remind you when it's time to replace the filter.
Following these tips will help you keep cool and also lower your power bills.
Earning bill credits while reducing your monthly utility bill has never been easier. Stay tuned for a few announcements about PWC's seasonal customer incentive programs in today's Conservation Corner. All that and Gabby too, so stay tuned. It's time to flip your fridge! Did you know that there are more than 19 million refrigerators throughout the United States that are 15 years or older and still in use, and use twice as much energy as new Energy Star certified models? Why not recycle your old energy wasting refrigerator and replace it with an Energy Star certified model? You'll save energy and help protect the climate. You could save as much as $260 in energy costs over the next 5 years. That's because newer, more energy efficient refrigerators consume 1,000 fewer kilowatts annually than models manufactured before 1990. Plus, you can save even more with a $50 PWC bill credit. Visit faypwc.com for more information on this offer and flip your fridge to Energy Star, the simple choice for energy efficiency. This offer is good April 22nd through May 25th, so don't delay. Toilets are the biggest source of water consumption in a home. The average household can save over 10,300 gallons of water per year by replacing just one toilet that uses 3.5 gallons per flush with a high-efficiency toilet. For a limited time only, Fayetteville PWC is offering water and sewer customers the opportunity to earn a bill credit of $100 by purchasing and installing a WaterSense labeled high-efficiency toilet. There is a limit of 3 credits per account holder per household. This limited time offer is valid from April 1st through July 31st, 2015.
Do your part. Be water smart and save money with PWC's new rain sensor incentive program. It may be hard to believe, but the water used for your irrigation system can consume up to 40% of your total water usage during the hot summer months. Fayetteville PWC is offering water customers an incentive to add a rain sensor to their irrigation systems. Rain sensors are devices that can be attached to an automatic irrigation system to monitor rainfall levels. When a certain amount of rainfall is detected, the rain sensor temporarily overrides the controller to prevent unnecessary irrigation. Once the rain sensor dries out, the system operates according to the timer. The incentive is equal to the retail cost of the rain sensor, up to a maximum of $50. Any current residential or commercial water and/or irrigation customer is eligible to participate as long as they don't already have a rain sensor device installed. And only new, qualifying models of rain sensors will be eligible for the bill credit. The program is valid April 1st through September 30th, 2015. Customers must agree to an on-site audit by a PWC conservation specialist after the rain sensor is purchased and installed. For complete program details, water irrigation tips, and information about PWC's odd-even outdoor watering schedule, visit our website or give the Customer Programs Call Center a ring at 223-4600.
Household appliances get a lot of use and can use a tremendous amount of energy. Following are some great tips to make sure that the appliances are used more energy efficiently.
Older refrigerators in unconditioned spaces like garages use a lot more energy than indoor refrigerators. A refrigerator in a 90-degree environment will use 45 to 50% more energy than a refrigerator in a 70-degree environment. A full refrigerator uses less energy than an empty one. Move all of your food from your outside fridge to your indoor one and unplug the one outside. If you still need more space, try to find a spot inside your home for your second fridge or freezer. Test your refrigerator and freezer gasket by putting a piece of paper there and closing the door. If you can easily pull the paper out, the gasket needs replacing. Keep your refrigerator between 37 and 40 degrees. Keep your freezer compartment at 5 degrees.
Those are the most common drains on your appliances, so check them out and lower your energy bill.
You're such a pretty little raven. I think I will call you Maven. Oh, hello. Brand new bird of my own, as it should be. Well, shall we answer one of the millions of cards and letters your mommy gets every single month? They're mostly fan letters, but once in a while there's a question. Oh, okay. Excuse me. How about you point one out? Oh, that's a good one. Just something at random. Here we go. Dear Gabby, I'm an empty nester looking to downsize a bit now that my kids are out of my house. I want to have a yard sale soon to free up some space around the house, and I'm curious about posting signs to get the word out on the light poles around my neighborhood. I've seen other people do this, but I seem to recall hearing that the practice is frowned upon. What's the real deal? Signed, Emmett, the empty nester. Well, dear Emmett, congrats on the empty nest. And to answer your question, the practice of tacking signs to light poles is indeed frowned upon. It's even illegal in some areas. Nevermore. You want to know why? Well, it's because signs on poles can be extremely dangerous. Nevermore. Simple as that. Many people don't realize that putting signs on poles endangers line work who have to climb those wooden poles to make repairs. Staples, nails, and tacks used to hang the signs can cause some serious damage. Nevermore! Line workers risk injury to themselves and damage to their equipment and protective clothing instead of posting signs on poles. Try using technology to spread the word about your yard sale. You can find all kinds of websites to help you advertise. A quick web search is all it takes. Oh, and please let me know the date of your garage sale. I am a garage sale guru, you know? You keep those cards and letters coming. And tune in again for your PWC Connections on Fayetteville 7. And remember, you can always catch your favorite show on the PWC website, FAYPWC.com. Till next time, I'm Gabby. More power to you.